The Thai government has a mega plan to digitalize the local administration agencies around the country. How do they implement this? I have a guest today to explain the process and what's going on in the plan. Please welcome Dr. Supot Thieravut, President and CEO of Digital Government Development Agency or DGA.
สวัสดีครับ
ครับสวัสดีครับท่านสุพจน์ครับ I've been following what's going on in the plan quite for a while, and I think that government did a very good job, and also it requires tremendous efforts to do this because you got a lot of local administration agencies around the countries. So I wonder how this to be implemented and what's going on and how did you do that? So first of all, can you explain the function of Digital Government Development Agency?
DGA is a Digital Government Development Agency, and we are the central organization to help all the government agencies to do the digital transformation into the digital government. And our role is to support them by giving consultancy. We also build some common platform to help all the government agencies to use our platform to help them accelerate the process of the digital transformation. We also set some standard of the procedures and also the technical details so that all government agency can connect and also exchange their data. And we also help them in the human resource development by giving training and to all the government officers. So here, these are all our agency's responsibility. And during the past many years, we only focus on the central government agency, meaning there are around 300 government offices under the 20 ministries. And since past year, we started to work with the local governments to help them do the digital transformation. So it's quite a big task for us because there are almost 8,000 local administrative bodies around the country. So this is quite a challenge for the government to help them to do the digital transformation.
Right. It must be a very huge challenge because going from 300 offices and now you have to take care of over 8,000 local administrative agencies. So how did you start it? You give them the training or any example to show them like a showcase for them that they see the future that how to be digitalized for their work?
Yes, it's quite a challenging task. So that's why we must start it small, and we make sure that we can have a good example of some local administrative organization that can do their job on the digitalization well. So we started to pick up on the Mae Hia, which is a town municipality in Chiang Mai, because this is the one, Mae Hia is the one that received the government award during the past 2 years from the Office of on the Office from the Corporal, which is the Office of Public Organization Development. And we picked them because they already implemented some IT system to help them manage the people requests for their services. So we bring their system onto our cloud system, and then we expand and we recruited the new local government agencies to try on this system. Okay, so we expand from just one site into last year we accomplished to have 56 local administrative body to join this effort. So meaning that we just bring the system that Mae Hia is currently using and put them on our cloud system to expand the capacity, and then let other local administrative bodies to join and also use this system to provide the service to their people. And then from these around 6 months that we have a trial on this system, then we can learn what is the pain points, what need to be improved. Then we embarked on the second phase of this project by implementing a new system to make sure that we can have a better capacity to accommodate more people and also more local agencies. And of course, we need to train the people at the local administrative bodies as well, because we need to train them on how to use the system, how to utilize their PC, internet, and notebook to make sure that they can have access to and also they understand the people requests And the problem is not just on the IT part. It means that once the people request can or complain can come through the online channel, it means that local administrative bodies need to have the people in place to make sure that they take care of all the complaints. Otherwise, it will mean nothing, right? Because we just get the request and then no one responds to that request. It will be bad for the local administrative body as well. So that's why we must work closely with the head of each local administrative body to make sure that they have a good vision on this. They have a true intention to help people by using the digital system. Yeah. So these are all the things that we have done during the past year.
It's like the whole plan already been studied. So what did you discover from this model at Mahia? You find that people understand more about digital devices and the how should be connected, or you think that it take longer time than expected to explain this, or people there already knows about it?
I think most of the people already know about this because we have the number of Thai people who own a mobile phone or smartphone is quite high comparing to other countries, and the problem is that once the local administrative organization want to start on providing the services online, they need to find a system that can provide the service so that people don't need to come to the office to pay for the garbage fee anymore. So that's why we provided them with the common system or the common platform so that they don't need to find a local IT provider to build the system from scratch for them, but which they just need to sign on onto our system and let the people to log in into this system and filing complaints through our system. So I think that's easier because the people there in the office also understand how to use IT, but they lack the system that can provide service to the to the people or to the citizens.
Oh, I see. So it seems like they are aware of the importance of digitalization, but it's all about the devices and the system. May I ask you what are all about the complaints? Mostly what they are about?
Uh, we actually we don't look into the details because
Uh-huh.
it's information for this, but we separate the types of the complaints. I I don't have the current number at the moment, but I have heard that most of them are just local problems. Let's say once you live in the city and then you find some lamppost that this is out of service, then they want to more light right in the night, so they will filing complaint to the office and to make sure that you come and fix it. Okay, so these are quite common daily life problems. But in the past, once you found any problems and then you need to go, maybe you must have half an hour to go to the local administrative office just to find some complaint that okay, some lights just went out, so you please come and fix it. So it doesn't make sense that now that we have this kind of system, then people just can just chat into the system, okay, through the online website, and then of course they can find the complaint immediately. So I think it's easier for the government officer to accept the complaints and also take action on it.
Okay, it's um, another thing is about DGTI, Digital
Yes.
Government Technology and Innovation. This is a part of your organization too.
Yes, we have established the Digital Government Technology and Innovation Center within our DGA. This agency is focused mainly on the local government. So we give them the task of working with the local governments to help them on the digital transformation. So we support them by giving them the new technology to help them doing their job. And we also established another system that is the AI government center, okay, to utilize the AI technology to help the government agency to do their online job better, such as we have introduced a chatbot system, okay, so that each government agency don't need to find the chatbot system. They just use our platform. So they just put all the Q&A, okay, question and answer into the chatbot system, and then we will auto generate the chatbot. so that the people can just chat through this chatbot system. They can put this chatbot on their Line official account, or they can put it on their social media account, and the people can start asking questions about the government services right away. Currently, we have more than around 28 government agencies that are utilizing this AI chatbot system. And we also have another capability, which is called the auto tagging system. It means that just like you have asked Kunyot, because let's say a lot of complaints coming through our complaint center, then we need to understand what kind of complaint is that, right? Just exactly you ask. So instead of asking people to listen to each complaint or read each complaint and then categorize into different categories in order that we can send to the responsible agency, right? So let's say it's a light problem, they will send to the engineering department. If it is another problem, they will send to another department. So we use AI to read all these complaints and then categorize into certain type of categories. So make sure that we can forward these complaints into the relevant agencies. So these are at least two capabilities that we have done. And digitize, we have established the cooperation with the universities in the upcountry as well. Last year, we started working with the Konkan University. This year, we will establish the virtual digitize office in the provincials. Okay, so this year we expand into the University of Prince Songkla, okay, university. And then next year, or maybe later this year, we will work with the Chiang Mai University as well. These three universities will act as our agent representative in driving the local government digitalization effort in each part of Thailand.
So why we need three universities? So because all the problems are different through the regions of Thailand.
Oh no, because we need to train the people. When we want the local
Oh, I
administrative body
see.
to use the system, we cannot just open the Zoom and then have the remote training. We need to go and see their office and then talk to them and train them and make sure that they understand how they can do about our system. So it means we still need people touch and also need to help them in person as well. So that's why in DJ we have 300 people here in Bangkok only. We don't have any the local offices in the provincial or upcountry.
Oh,
So
I
that's
see.
why we need to work with the university as a representative, and then they will have their professor and also the staff to help us working with the local administrative bodies in each part of Thailand.
I see. This is a very clever way to expand because DGA only in Bangkok. You don't have the
Yes.
offices, and I think the government will not allow you to have more offices.
Yeah, we cannot just expand that. Yeah,
Oh,
and
this
of
is a,
course, yes. And currently, the university also working hard to make contribution to the provinces or to the region that they are located. So this is the direction of the university development as well. So I think it's a win-win situation that we can rely on them to help us, and they can also contribute to the society through the help on the digitalization of the local government as well.
I see. In your opinion, you think this is the right timing now for the country to expand digitalization to other provinces, or because we are already delayed or something, or is it the right timing? This is the
Yes,
plan.
of course. I think it's a quite a delay if we looking from the longer perspective, but it is just the right timing because during the past 2 years for the pandemic of the COVID-19, I think most people, I think all of us already are forced to work through the online channels. So I think it's quite necessity for the government to comply with all the people changes of the behavior, because most of people now they prefer to to do the transaction online, so they don't need to go to office unless it is a extremely necessary case, right? So I think all the government agency must move themselves to provide the government services through the online channel. I think this is a must for all the government agencies.
Right. I was wondering because now the internet is expanding to with the speed to many provinces, and also in many provinces it's quite a long distance for you to travel to meet the officers, the government officers. So in the plan, you can use like video conferencing that the people in the village can talk to the local government agencies. Is it in the system as well?
So you mean by for the whole government, right? That we
Right.
can talk to the people. Uh, Actually, we need to provide a channel through which the citizens can contact the government's offices. And currently, we just provide them with the website,
Mm-hmm.
telephone numbers, and
Mm-hmm.
also email, so that to make sure that any contact from the citizen can go through this channel. And the government officer must apply to respond to all these requests. Currently, there's a law under the legislation process at the parliament
Mm-hmm.
that will dictate on the way that the government offices need to provide their services online. Uh, we just provide them the channel, but we don't prohibit any way that we cannot do the video conference with the citizen or anything. Okay, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's up to the government officer to make sure that they can have a contact with their citizen or their customers. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So compared to Thailand to other countries like seem to be like more advanced technologically, like Singapore or Malaysia, you think we quite far behind, or we just like on
Uh,
the same par?
Yes, we there are the global ranking on the Electronic Government
Mm-hmm.
Development Index, and of course, we still at the number three in the ASEAN, behind Singapore and also the Malaysia.
I
So I
see.
think
Mm-hmm.
we also set the target that we must move up ahead on this ranking. I think 10 positions ahead, okay, to make sure that we can be at the comparable with the Malaysia. So I think it's quite a challenging task, but I think all the government officers now are quite aware of the need to digitalize their process. I think we must move very fast on this.
I see. I see. So this is part of the government plan for like 5-year plan, or this is for first phase, right?
Yes,
That you are doing.
yes. Actually, we have the first plan already during the past 3 years, and this year is the final year of the first phase of the plan. The second phase of the plan will be 5-year plan starting next year, and through the 2000, I think it is a 2000 27. I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
5-year plan. So
Mm-hmm.
for the next phase, we are focusing on the lifting of the government into the data-driven and agile government. So meaning that
Mm-hmm.
we are asking all the government agency to take good care of the data that have collected from the people during their government service process, and to make sure that we utilize that data by have a good data governance on them, to make sure that all the data are collected properly and they have a good data quality and in the form that we can uh, utilize them in the digital format, so that we can uh, process the data and also to do the analytical work on the data as well. So we are moving forward into the data-driven
Mm-hmm.
government, and make sure that the government can make policy decision or learn about the movement of the market, movement about the people, to make sure that we can have a good policy responding into the change in the market situation and also the people awareness as well.
I see. So how about the what you are doing it is supporting the non-Thai people, like those foreigners or expats living here in Thailand, and also because we are the country that many people wants to come, a lot of tourists. So how this system support them?
Yes, we just drafted we call it, is this the foreigner portal or foreigner platform development plan for the next 5 years. We just
Oh.
finished the draft of this plan already. The objective of the plan is to provide the government online services to the foreigners in Thailand. We have many categories of a foreigner in Thailand as well. We have tourists, which is occupy the most portion of the foreigners in Thailand. We also have the investors and also the expat which is expertise. They are expert in a very specialized field and come to work in Thailand. We also have a lot of laborers in foreign laborers in Thailand as well. So we already plan to establish a centralized information for portal, and then we will let each category of the foreigners to interact with the relevant agency. Let's say for the investor and also the expat in Thailand, the specialist in Thailand, they can work through the website which will be created by the BOI, which is
Oh, I see.
mandated by the cabinet to take care of these categories of the foreigner in Thailand. So I think in due time we can see the system that can help ease their process in the living in Thailand, whether visa application, visa extension, and also any work permit or some other process regarding this group of the foreigners.
Right, because we also hire foreigners here at the nation as part of our editorial team, and many times they have to travel, extend the visa, things like that. Is it think happening to all the expat here? Compare with the saying that Thailand welcomes foreigners to live here and maybe they retire here, but the system not quite there to support them. So this is part of the plan. Can I ask
Yes.
you when we gonna see this in practice for real? Is it in the draft plan now?
Yes, we have 5-year plan, and each year we have a deliverable. Okay,
I
we
see.
are working closely with each relevant agency to come up with the target. Okay, at
Hmm.
first I think the BOI already started doing this, so I think for investor and the expat part will get their service very fast. We also working with the Ministry of Tourism that they already established the Entry Thailand as a portal for the foreigners who wish to visit Thailand can just browse through all this information to learn about the Thailand and all the related services for them. So I think these are two good starts, and DGA will be responsible to gather and establish a new information portal. It should be ready by 1 year or
Hmm.
at least 1.5 year that from now, because we need
Hmm.
to ask for the government budget to embark on this task, but ready to do it. I think within 5 years, we plan to do the digital ID for the
Hmm.
foreigners. We plan to
Hmm.
establish the website and have one for each categories of the foreigners. So we
Hmm.
hope to accomplish all the planned objectives within 5 years for sure.
From now within 5 years, so we can I can I say this, when people for foreigners have many foreign friends, they said you come to Asia, you work in Singapore, but you have fun in Thailand because
Mhm.
Thailand not quite cater to people to work. So
Yeah.
with this plan, I believe that this gonna happen. You can have work and fun and living life here in Thailand. Do you believe that?
Yes, uh, during the process of the planning, we are listening to a lot of
Hmm.
people, especially
Hmm.
all the foreigners. We asked the representative from the embassy, from the Chamber of Commerce, Foreign
Oh,
Chamber of
really?
Commerce, and also the all of the foreigner associations in Thailand to learn about their pain points. And of course, I agree with you, Kunyot, that these are the common pain points for the foreigners. So that's why they want to have the English form, okay, not just only
Right.
the Thai form that we need to
Mhm.
do the translation back and forth and so forth. And we need to have the somewhere that we can find the single portal for the information. And they
Mhm.
want to have a smooth service among the government agency to make sure that the government agency have the data integration. They don't need to just bring the paper around the office and other office. And of course, we want to help them to lower the barriers into coming to Thailand to make sure they can get the easier process to apply for visa and other things. But of course, that's depend on the
Mhm.
each government agency. I cannot change that, but we make sure
Mhm.
that we can have the digital channel and make sure that they can have a smoother process
I
doing with
see.
the
I
government
see.
service. Yeah.
I see. I think that could be a special report on this, that how your organization helping others, organization helping the foreigners, because we seem to be behind this. And I think this is quite good news that we should explain this to other people. I mean, ask you one thing. Can we have those interview and the focus group thing that you ask the foreigners like behind this program.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
We love to
Sure.
report that because we have a lot
Okay.
of English speaking, not only from those in the US or Europe, we have from Asia too. And they think that they really like to know that how to make their life easier here because they
Mhm.
don't speak Thai. Okay. And anything else
Mhm.
you like to add from for this interview?
Yes, I like to make sure that all people understand that the government has a strong intention to utilize and modernize our government into government 4.0 according to
Mm,
the Prime Minister Prayut policy. Okay, and one of the major tasks is to
mm,
do the digital transformation of the government, and
mm,
we are working very hard to make sure that all the government services can be accessed online, and we have a good quality of data. And
mm,
last but not least, we will increase the satisfaction of the people, the citizen,
mm.
contacting the government services in the future. So that's our commitment, and make sure that and we also invite all the participation from the people, citizen as well, because we are increasing the participatory system. We are planning to do the e-participation system.
Mm.
We want to listen to the people's voice to make sure that we can cater to their needs and also to change our system, improve our system to make sure that people will have good satisfaction with the government services.
Oh, that's very interesting, and also I learned a lot from you too. So thanks a lot for joining us today ครับดรสุพจน์ธีรวุฒิครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
ครับขอบคุณครับ That's Dr. Supot Triyaravut, President and CEO of Digital Government Development Agency or DGA, joining us every Monday through Friday with Voice of the Nation. I'm Vithya Sangarun. สวัสดีครับ